on Twitter today had a post by JDantastic that people still think Super Saiyan 4 is more powerful than God. He can't relate. I replied, Super Saiyan God isn't a power up, it's more key control. So there's more power available than in regular Super Saiyan. The key seeps out, so not much is available. Spooky Scary Lejeff at Alex Weber replied back, no, he said, so, sir, may I ask where you got this theory? Okay, and I attempted to explain it a little bit, but guys, I thought, why not do a video about that? So I have to give a big shout out to JDantastic for inspiring or opening up the series of events that led to this video. And I know people have done this video before, but I'm gonna post this video to talk about what I feel Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is. Stay tuned. Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, or better known as Super Saiyan Blue. Now, like I said, I feel like that Super Saiyan Blue is not so much a power up, but rather it is controlling one's key, the ability to control one's key. And I'm gonna share some evidence with this in from Dragon Ball Super that you're gonna see and you're gonna know that's evident. But yes, technically it does make them stronger, but I don't look at it as so much of a transformation, rather, but more of a state of mind. Because when Goku and Vegeta trained with Whis, that was the entire point, was to obtain God level or God status. And in that, you know, that's where we get the term God key. It's not a different form of key, it's more of key management. So in this screen right here, this is where they're training on Beerus's planet and they're fighting, and you can see the little fumes there. This is the part before Whis notices that their key is seeping out. And Whis put it very plainly. So it is my firm belief that they possess God Key without ever even transforming into what we know as Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. And this is the part where Whis notices it. And I'm going to play a little audio clip and let Whis explain it for himself. So listen up.
You're both allowing your heightened energy to leak out of you. You must keep it within your body to maximize your power and keep your opponent in the dark.
So you hear Whis explaining it there, telling them to keep their energy or their key within them. And then it was at this point where Goku and Vegeta paused, and then they began to focus that, like we said, an amazing thing happened. This is where they punched each other, and you got that flash of blue key. The blue key, he called it heightened key, because this is whenever he referred to it as them raising their power levels and keeping that key inside of them rather than allowing it to leak out, because key is energy. It is the life source. It is what makes them powerful. This is part one, really, of why I think and feel that God key is not, God transformation is not necessarily a transformation within itself. It's more of a state of body and mind control that instead of allowing the key to seep out, that it rather allows the key to stay in. Now, the next shot is of Goku and Vegeta when they was inside of Whis' staff training in the room of fog, and they couldn't move, okay? And Vegeta figured it out that he had to focus his energy and stop his key from leaking out because they couldn't move. So they're using their key to try to move. They're using their energy and stuff to try to move, raising their power level, and they couldn't move. So then he learns to keep it inside of him. And he says some very powerful and noticeable things. He says, I get it. I get it. Because he focused his key inside of him. He said, if I control my key so that it doesn't leak after having raised it, I can move. So Whis has put them in this room that evidently a place where only gods or people with God key can move. Now, God key, like I said, is similar it's a state of mind. It's not necessarily a power up, because see, using God Ki, they can still go Super Saiyan. The reason why it's blue is because while they're Super Saiyan, they get to maintain that power because they keep all of their Ki inside of them. And it's not so much a transformation. God Ki or Super Saiyan God is more of being a Super Saiyan while controlling your Ki. That's what basically it is. You see what I'm saying? They have God Ki even in their base forms, but it's elevated when they're Super Saiyans. And Goku even says here, finally I can move, because he did the same thing. But look at what he says here. But this sure is rough. What's rough? It's rough trying to keep that heightened Ki inside of you. It's rough. This is why they don't do this a lot. This is why you still see them go regular Super Saiyan and stuff like that, because it's something that you actually have to focus on and learn how to do. And then you see Vegeta say something very iconic. He says, "Is this what they call God Ki? The pressure is immense." Is he transformed? No. It's not called God Ki in the sense of transformation. It's God level Ki. It should be called God tier Ki, because you're able to control it. They had zero knowledge of this prior to Whis telling them. That's why even the gods of destruction and stuff like that are astonished at it, because they're like, how do mortals possess this? How do they know this? Because this is knowledge of the gods, how to control or keep your Ki from leaking out. See, God Ki or the God transformation, people are looking at it the wrong way. People are looking at it the wrong way. God Ki is basically a God tier level of managing your Ki. You see what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily a transformation. It's a transformation when they use God Ki and transform into Super Saiyan. Yes, that is a transformation. But God tier or just regular God Ki, it's not a transformation. It is a state of being, in a sense of being able to control your Ki whenever you're raising your power level, or you're at a raised power level state, to keep it from getting out. And then you see Goku just talking about everything feels like the room of void and things like that. So all in all, that's my take on it, y'all. It makes perfect sense. And that's my finalization on it. That God Ki or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan isn't necessarily a power up. It's a power up because you have more energy and Ki available. You see what I'm saying? That's all I got for right now. Till next time, y'all, and God bless.